Hello, everyone. Are you curious about psychological facts, figures, and theories? If yes, then you are at the right platform. I, Sarvakya Goyal, welcome you to the Tweets of PsyConnect. Do like, share, and subscribe this channel. Let's begin with a new tweet of today. A scientific domain often achieves its most profound and groundbreaking discoveries through experiments. And history reveals that many such experiments involved practices deemed unethical by today's standard. This raises a significant moral dilemma. Can the end, the scientific progress, justify the means, that is, the unethical practices? The Heinz dilemma is often cited in discussions about moral and ethical decision making. Similarly, the monster study of 1939 serves as a striking example of ethical controversy in research. Conducted by a graduate student, Mary Tudor, under the supervision of Professor Wendell Johnson, a well-known speech expert. Professor Johnson gave the diagnosogenic theory of stuttering, in which he explained it as a learned behavior and not a biological condition. The study involved 22 orphans, both stuttering and non-stuttering. The objectives were to induce stuttering in normal-speaking individuals and to determine if affirming stuttering individuals' speech as normal would improve their speech. The study was conducted over a span of 6 months, during which Mary Tudor visited the facility within every week, interacting with the participants. The method involved labeling the non-stutterers as branded stutterers and repeatedly telling them that they had significant issues with their speech. They were instructed to avoid speaking unless they could do so perfectly and were discouraged from trying otherwise. Conversely, the stuttering participants were given positive reinforcement. They were told that their speech was steadily improving and that their efforts would eventually resolve their stuttering. The consequence for the non-stuttering individuals was severe. Many developed significant speech difficulties, became highly self-conscious, and showed a marked reluctance to speak. Some reported feeling as though their voices would not come out even when they tried to speak. The participants themselves labeled the study as the monster study, a name that reflects the profound psychological harm they endured. While the study provided valuable insights into the psychology of stuttering, including how changing thoughts, feelings, and attitudes could play a role in overcoming the condition, its ethical shortcomings cannot be overlooked. A severe consequence faced by the non-stuttering group, the emotional trauma, speech difficulties, and a lasting impact on their self-confidence, far outweighed the scientific discoveries achieved. These outcomes serve as a reminder that no discovery, no matter how valuable, can justify unethical practices. Mary Tudor herself shared these sentiments about her controversial study. Recognizing the harm she caused, she voluntarily conducted follow-ups with the participants in an attempt to mitigate the impact of the deception employed during the research. Decades later, the University of Iowa issued an official apology, acknowledging the unethical nature of the study and the lasting consequences it had on the participants. Today, we are guided by comprehensive ethical frameworks and regulatory bodies designed to oversee and safeguard the well-being of research participants. As professionals in this field, it is not merely an obligation, but a moral duty to protect our participants from harm. Unlike inert chemicals or atoms, our subjects are human beings, deeply sensitive to their environments and vulnerable to the effects of their actions or negligence. With this, we come to the end of our tweet. But before we culminate, this responsibility raises an important question. How can we, as the present and future of this field, develop even better practices that not only safeguard our participants but also enhance the credibility and integrity of our research? Our legacy will not only be measured by what we discover, but also how we uphold our values. Do reflect on this. With this, I, Sarvakya Goel, take your permission. I hope you like this content and will stay tuned for the next week for a new tweet. Thank you, everyone.